When you think of music, you may think of Katy Perry, Lady Gaga, the Beatles, or Led Zeppelin. You may think of Mozart, Schumann, Bach, or the one who was deaf, Beethoven. But what does any of this have to do with anthropology? My name is Julie Allen. I am a music major with a concentration in bassoon. At first, I did not feel anthropology could relate to my major, but after exploring and broadening my horizons, I realized music comes from different places in the world and holds meaning to those individuals who live in these places. The truth is, anthropology and music do coexist. The one aspect of anthropology that allows them to coexist is culture. As a child, I loved music, but as the birthdays passed, I began to grow more intrigued by the music itself. How did it start? Were there specific rules to be followed? Could I sit down at a piano and play random notes and consider that music? In some cultures, I could. When studying cultures, anthropologists look at how people live. This includes observing what they do for entertainment. Music is probably one of the biggest forms of entertainment. However, music is more than just entertainment for some cultures. Music can be traced back to the Native Americans. Native Americans were very big on singing and dancing. But their drums were not just sounds of sticks being hit on top of buckets. Native Americans actually built their own drums out of animal hides. They tried to imitate the sounds of the earth, the thunder, the rain, and the wind. They would use these musical drums to tell stories along with dancing and singing. A Native American once said, "From before we are born in our mother's womb to the day we die, we hear the drumbeat of the heart." African Americans did not use music as a mere form of entertainment. They sang what is known as gospel music to worship and praise God. They also came to what we call slave music, usually sang while working in the fields. The lyrics were full of sorrow and hope of one day becoming free. Music was an escape from the world of slavery. From an anthropologist's perspective, music is an expressive gesture to culture. One can understand the feelings these early humans felt and see that music is very important in piecing together the lives of our ancestors. Music is a unique human phenomenon, which exists only in terms of social interaction. That is, it is made by people for other people. It is a learned behavior. As we've seen with the Native Americans and African Americans, music plays a huge role in each culture. In one culture, it is being one with the earth. In the other culture, it is praising God and hoping to one day be free, as an escape. Music has many meanings, and an anthropologist can look beyond the surface of the sweet melodies and find out why the songs were composed. Let's take a look at jazz. African Americans were taking steps far and wide away from the classical roots of the original music and giving their own 2 cents to what music is. Jazz opened doors of rebellion. In the days of Mozart and Bach, there were strict guidelines and structures of music. The way the chords worked, the way the simple melodies flowed right over top the harmonies. When jazz hit the stage, everything changed. Jazz became the free, wild, and rebellious era. An anthropologist might find this interesting because of the riots and all the other rebellious stunts taking place. What if Rosa Parks' courage came from a song she had heard the day before? Music has a strong influence on how we view history. Music is more than rah-rah, ooh-la-las, and kissing girls and liking it. Music is a universal language that has influenced lifestyles and provided entertainment ever since the beginning of time. Plato once said, "Music is a moral law. It gives soul to the universe, wings to the mind, flight to the imagination, and charm and gaiety to life and to everything."